So I'm Jacqui Scruby. I've come from the seat of Mackellar in New South Wales, where I ran Sophie Scomps's campaign back in the last federal election. She was successful. She was the first independent to be called on the night, which was incredibly exciting. And she's held the seat now, and we're looking forward to her winning the seat in the next federal election. I also ran myself in the New South Wales state election in the seat of Pittwater, which is within that Mackellar federal seat. 22% swing and won on the night, but unfortunately lost in postal votes. I've also had the privilege of working with Sophie Scomps in federal parliament. Well, I think it all starts with the kitchen table conversations and the listening to the community and really living the politics done differently from the very beginning. And then as that community grows and you get more recruits and volunteers who are willing to support finding a candidate, it's then about finding a candidate and continuing to grow that community by literally doing politics differently, holding events like this tonight and also holding information events, bringing speakers to chat to the electorate and getting out on the streets, whether that's door knocking or standing on street corners, listening to what people want from their elected representative. I think my smile says it all. I think this is an incredible movement, and the fact that the movement, the community-backed independent movement, was so successful last election really shows that Australians want to be heard, they want to be involved in their democracy, they're sick of the two-party system, and in the last few years we've seen the benefits that independents have brought to the federal parliament, and people are ready for an expanded crossbench and to have their voice heard. It's really hard, and I think that's reflected also in the volunteer base for a lot of the community-backed independent movements. You get the younger volunteers, you get the older volunteers, and the people who are in the thick of having kids and looking after their children really don't have the time to contribute. It is hard having that balance, but it also comes back to community. So I felt incredibly supported, not only in my family life, but by volunteers. By having people that can represent you if you're not able to attend, by having people who can, help out even with your kids on a weekend if you have to go to a community event. So again, it always comes back to that community, that sense of being supported, not only to do the job, but also to be able to withstand some of the challenges of the job, which is challenging, even the emotional challenges if you're a sensitive person, having that community around you so you feel supported. Well, I think I learned a lot from Sophie Scomps because you do get bad press at certain times. She'd also been a doctor in the emergency department and would just say it's no one's lives at stake. I've run an emergency department, I've lost patients, so this is really nothing in the scheme of things. And I think it comes back to being on purpose, understanding what you're standing for, and appreciating that politics is a difficult game, but when you're focused on what the policy goals are that you want to achieve and how you want to represent your community and having that support, you just have to let everything else slip away in terms of the politics. And also recognise if people are being nasty to you, it means what you're doing is working and you're ruffling feathers and you're getting the attention, and most media is good media, so you just roll with it.